Hey guys, this is jjaaxxthelegend, and today I'm here with the Minecraft Redstone tutorial. And right now, I'm in the 1.14 snapshot 18W44A because I've got something super exciting to show you. So let's turn around and walk inside my barn, so I can show you what I have come up with. So here I've got all my sheep, but this is not where I shear them. I turn around, open this up, and bring the sheep in here and drop them into the abyss. But I'm not going to show you where that leads to right now. I'm just going to go and head down my elevator. Oh, sheep droppers only. Luckily, I am one. Okay, if I open this door, you can see straight away I have an automatic sheep shearing farm. The really cool thing about this is that you have no loss of wool, and it's really resource efficient. I've been running this for about 40 minutes to an hour, and I've gotten so much wool. Just imagine running this overnight for 6 hours. That's incredible. This farm worked because sheep can eat grass and then grow their wool while being in a minecart. And then once they've grown their wool, they will pass through a tripwire which will activate dispensers, which will then shear them, because in the new snapshot, when you put shears in a dispenser and it gets powered, it will shear the sheep, which is really cool and will change Minecraft farming forever. So, now that you've seen this in action, let's go have a look at the redstoning behind it in my awesome redstoning world. Right now, I am standing in my super awesome redstone flat biome, and underneath me you can see the automatic sheep shearer's redstone, which is really simple. But before we go and have a look at how to build that, I'm going to show you how my sheep dropper works, and how you can have it as high as you want, because sheep don't take damage, or any mob doesn't take damage while in a minecart. Okay, to do it, all you need to do is grab one of your sheep on a lead and connect it to this fence pole. And then push him over to the rail, it's pretty simple, and put a minecart underneath him, like this. And he should go straight in and should just fall on. Then he will just go around and then get sheared. Now sometimes you might see your sheep farm get clogged up, but they always fix themselves because they're they're a very good team. So now that I've shown you this redstone, we can now get onto the tutorial. When building this, if you really dislike the noise of hoppers and dispensers and railways, build this 16 blocks underground because you won't be able to hear them. But if you don't mind it, you can build as low underground or just build it on ground level. For this build, I'm not going to give you the exact numbers of each resource because the resources do vary on how big or how small you build this. So I'll give you what you will need. You'll need some string, some tripwire hooks, some redstone dust, a redstone comparator, an oak fence, some glass, some powered rails, a rail, some levers, some redstone repeaters, some dispensers, some chests, some hoppers, some minecart with hoppers, and some building blocks. I'm going to be using light blue concrete. Oh, and you will need grass and shears. The two most important things of this, I forgot. So you need grass and shears as well. So now, once you've got all of those materials, create a grass shape like so. So it's 4 wide and however long. Mine is 20, but you can make it as long or as short as you like. Okay, now that you've got all the materials, come to the long side where you want your auto shearing mechanism to be on and find the middle. Mine will be about there-ish. Ah, no, one block off. Yeah, there. And then place a block on each side of that block in the middle, like that. And then a dispenser on the sides, facing towards the grass. Then, at the back of the dispensers, place a redstone repeater going into them. So that's the basic start of our mechanism. Now, come 2 blocks to the side of this dispenser, and then come 1 block onto the grass and break a block. And then do this on both sides. Now, you can break a hole like so. So it should be a 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hole. Then you can break 1 more block down. Now you've dug out this hole, come to the very side, the very left or right side where you want your chest to be on, and break a 2x2 square 1 block down like so. So my chest is going to be on this side. Then, break a hole going towards your chest, so my chest is just going to be here, for the purposes of the video. Of course, you could lead it back to your base, but I'm not going to, because I don't have a base on this super flat world of doom. Then, you can just simply connect some hoppers up to that chest and fill up the gap, the 2x2 gap with hoppers. Like this. Now, place some rails on top of the hoppers by holding shift click and placing, and just curve them around like so. Now you will need some powered rails for this. Just place 2 in the middle like this, and then power them from underneath, because there is going to be some redstoning in different places, and if we power them from the side, it could stuff up all of it. So you can just power it from the bottom. And then grab one of your minecart and hoppers and place it on the powered rail and give it a nudge. To test that your hopper system is working, drop a block onto the rail and the hopper should pick it up and deposit it into your chest, like that. And I need that blue concrete back. And you can now cover up your minecart and hopper system with grass blocks. For this next bit, we're going to be hooking up the auto shearing system. So we're going to grab out our redstone comparators, our redstone dust, our tripwire hooks, our string, our building blocks, and our shears. To start this, come to the middle block, then come 3 blocks out, and on the 3rd block, place 2 blocks in the air, like this. Going up, not in the air, going up. Then, place a tripwire hook on the face of that block, facing towards these 3 blue blocks here. Then one block diagonally back from this block, place another one. Then put a tripwire on that, and a piece of string in the middle connecting the 2. And you can see them connected because you can see they're in the middle stage, and when you walk through them, they will drop down lower. When you walk out, they will go back to their middle. Now that you've got this, come to this block here and come 1 more block out, and then place 2 pieces of redstone on top of that. Then come 1 block diagonally down and place a redstone comparator so the larger bit is coming out of the block the redstone is on. Then wrap around the redstone comparator like so and place your redstone dust. And make sure the redstone comparator is turned on by right clicking it. Then bring some redstone dust down and connect it to your repeaters. So when you walk through it, your repeater should turn on and off like this. And a way to test that this is working, that your dispenser is working, place your shears on them, and you should see this little dust here if your particles are on. So that is honestly all the redstoning done. But if you do want it to look a bit more fancy, you can grab out a redstone lamp, and when you walk through it, the lights turn on. You can always put a sign on there that says on and then, or off, or something like that. So I'm going to leave those there. And then add a wall on each side so you don't lose any wool. There goes 2 more blocks extra out, like this. As simple as that. So it's now time to add the sheep system. Now we haven't finished the sheep shearer yet, but we have to do one more thing before we can finish that bit of the build. We have to create some powered rails going around the perimeter of our build, like this. And on the turns, make sure to use regular rails, because powered rails do not turn. So like this. Then you'll need to power them with a lever. Now you might power them underneath the track, but I like to power the rails on the top of it, because that means I have access to turn them off whenever I want. So now you can just power them like so. Turn them on. Sometimes you need some on each end, just because it's a long amount. Just like that. Oh, I haven't turned this lever on. Now for the last bit of this build, well, not the last bit of this build, the last bit of the sheep dropper, come to this block here with the redstone on it, then go to the side, break a block down, and then go back under it, like this. Then break 1 more block down, and not the block in front of you, the block below the one in front of you, break it. And you should actually just be able to see a powered rail, but if you can't, break the block underneath you and you should be able to clearly see it now. Then, grab out your hopper, a rail, and a hopper and minecart. I'll just need to grab one of those, so now I've got one. Then, place the hopper going into that powered rail, so from a side view it should look like that. Then on top of that, break the block and place a rail with a minecart and hopper on it. Then, all you have to do is fill that up. You might be wondering, Jax, why do we need this hopper system when we have the one going under it? Well, because the wool gets weirdly thrown out when you shear it, if a piece of wool gets thrown up here, on that block there, it'll get stuck and it'll just sit there like that forever. And you'll lose it, but you do not want to lose that wool. So, when you go thrown up there, it gets put into that minecart and hopper, which then gets put into that hopper, which then gets put into the hopper, which will then retrieve it into this chest here. Like that. So now we've got that, it's time to make the one and only Dropper 2000. To make the Dropper 2000, you will need an oak fence, well not just a fence, some glass, this is optional, I like to use it, a lever, some 3 powered rails or more, and some building blocks. I'm going to be using light blue concrete. Like I said earlier in the video, if you don't mind the noise, you can just build this on the ground level. But I do, so I build it 16 blocks underneath. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So on this block here, I shouldn't be able to hear any of the sound. So, now I'm onto the side of the rail. I'm going to come a few blocks back, so I'm not right on the corner. Now that I'm right above the rail, I know where my sheep are going to be dropped, so I'm going to come 1 block back, 1 block diagonally down, like this. Then 1 more up, and then 2. And place the rails like that. So when you break this here, this whole pillar, you should just have a dropping mechanism like that. And that will not work, because where are you going to stand, if it's floating, or whatever. Well, you can create a glass platform around it. The reason why I use glass is so you can see the sheep go through, which I find very useful so I don't clog any of them up. Now at the very end of this, place a block with an oak fence on it, well any fence. This is what you're going to attach your lead to when you get your sheep on your lead, and then you push it onto the rail, put your minecart down, and flick the lever that you're going to place here now. Or of course, you can just have that activated, so you just push it onto the minecart and away it goes. And don't worry, you do not lose your leash. They always pop off, so if you stand somewhere around here, you should get it instantly. And that is about it. So now all you have to do is grab out your sheep. I'm just going to use a sheep spawn egg because I don't think there's any sheep around here. I'm going to grab out my sheep spawn egg, my lead, and my minecart, and chuck one on. So again, place your sheep down, grab it on a lead, and then connect it to your fence, any type, and then do not fall off your platform, and then push it onto the rails, and then you can see the hitbox of the rail just under the sheep. Sometimes you have to move around. Place the minecart, and away it goes. As you can see, I got my lead back. Sometimes you do have to give it a little bit of a push, but when there are other sheep down there, that doesn't have to happen because the other sheep give it a push. So, when I add another one, you'll see the other sheep pushing it. I'm getting very lucky and only getting white ones. How boring. I almost got a pink one when testing this out. So again, and it will go. Then this one will come around and be like, hey, move away. And then they will continue their journey. So now you know how to create this awesome sheep shearing farm. Let's head back to the overworld where I'll give you a few more properties about this awesome farm. Okay, so now I'm in my barn, well, my underground barn, where you can see all the sheep getting sheared. To tell you a few things, well, technical things about this build. If you make your rail on one side or on both sides 32 or longer, you may need to add another shearing device depending on how many sheep you have on there. And with color-wise, you can either build a bunch of these, or you can hook it up to an item sorter which will sort your colors. And if you would like a tutorial on that, check the description down below, because I've done one. And then the last option is for your sheep is to kill all of them except for 2 and leave 2 up the top, so you can always breed them later, and then bring down your other color and leaving 2 of that color up there. So I'm going to wrap up the video there. But before you go, I'm going to say that this was built in a snapshot, so if there's any issues, I will try and keep it up to date with the latest snapshot. But that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and remember to subscribe if you're new. It would be awesome if you hit that button, and I will see you guys later. Peace. And remember, stay carbonated.